What's up? What's up? What's up? You already know it's me, Norris, back with another one of these videos. I want to just make this quick video just to kind of I want to break down a few things involving, basically this video is going to be about Patreon that I'm trying to start, the merch that I'm trying to start, and for performances. Over the last few months or so, I've been kind of brainstorming different ideas on how I'm gonna set up my Patreon merch and how I'm gonna do performances for you guys. Cause I'll start with performances. I always wanted to do them, but I want to do them consistently. You know what I mean? I don't want to do a performance, set a performance up, have people come to a location that I pick out, like Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, wherever it is. I don't want to set that up, let you guys know what the address is and how to get there and all of that, pay for the venue, pay for how many whatever amount of hours that I want the place for, maybe do a 6-track, maybe an 8-track show where I'm doing 8 songs in a row. And I have no issues setting that all up. I actually have no problem setting that all up. Eventually I would actually like to do that in the future. It won't happen this year, but maybe sometime down the road. The only thing is if I do that, there's a good chance that no one's I'm gonna be completely honest and real with you guys. There's a really good chance that no one's gonna show up to that show. That's understandable. It's no hard feelings. It's no it's expected. You know what I mean? I've been making music long enough to understand what to expect when I do things like that. If I set that show up and do maybe 2 or 3 shows after that, then I would expect a little bit of more people to come to that 4th show, so I have a full understanding of what's this all about. Because if I set up a show and it's the first time you guys see me perform in front of people, there's a good chance that you're gonna think maybe this guy should probably practice first and go through 1 open mic or 2 open mics in front of people, see how it goes, and then maybe perform for people who are actually into my music. If I were to set up a show, it's understandable that there will most likely be no one coming because of everything I explained earlier, because people expect me to go through practice runs first until I have an established set. So then if I perform in front of you guys, especially if you're paying me to perform for you guys, you expect the show to go completely fine and perfectly, right? And it's gonna take me some practices and some open mics to get my set to that level. We both understand that. I fully understand that, and you guys are gonna fully understand that. You don't wanna pay to see me perform and I'm making mistakes on every song I do, right? That's understandable. No matter how much you like me as a person or as an artist, that's just how it is. That's the reality of things. So I'm gonna do a bunch, maybe minimum, I'm gonna do minimum 2 open mics this week. 100% for sure this is happening. And the places, the venues that I go to do the open mic, I'm gonna have the address, the location, the time. See, with open mics, they're a little bit tricky. I'm not too sure if I set up for one, I'm not sure if they're gonna give me the exact time I'm gonna go up and perform, because I don't really know too much about how open mics work, especially if it's at a bar that I've never been before. I'm pretty sure different bars have different rules with how everything's set up. So I'm going to figure out which open mic I'm going to do, because there is open mics in Mississauga and Toronto constantly going on, every single week. I know for a fact that there's this one bar, they do it every Wednesdays. I'm most likely going to go with that one, and I'm going to give you guys the address and the date and time when exactly I'm going to go up and perform. I'll figure out the details about that, but I'll give you guys all that information. It's an open mic, so not only am I not expecting you guys to come just because it's my first time performing. I performed before in front of people. It's not the first time I'm gonna be performing in front of people. I've actually performed a few times in front of people. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna be my I'll be a little bit nervous, but it's not gonna be too much to the point where I can't perform. So if you want to come to the to the open mic that I do. I'm gonna give you guys the time and date and the address, and I'm gonna post all that information on all of the apps that I'm on. So anywhere you guys follow me, you'll get that information so that you can come see me perform if you want to. But yeah, I just feel like I had to explain that before letting you guys know that I'm gonna do open mics this next week coming. I'll give you guys the location and the date and time, and then you guys can come if you want. If you can't, I'm gonna have it on video also. You'll be able to see it no matter what. And I'm gonna try to set it up in like a vlog type of like video where I'm like vlogging the whole way to the bar, and then I'm gonna put the performance on video. I'm gonna get like my little brother to help me out, and like we're gonna get that all set up. That's the first half of this video where I want to kind of explain things about like everything I'm gonna set up for like the future basically. So that's the performance stuff. With merch and Patreon, I'm gonna launch the both of them after I release my album, The End of Fundaes, which is set up for July 14th. After I release that album, then I'm gonna launch my Patreon and I'm gonna launch my merch. For the merch, I'm gonna start off with just putting my logo on like hats, probably like toques, maybe snapbacks, depending on like what I can work with. I'm gonna put them on t-shirts and like hoodie sweaters. But I'm probably gonna start with one of the three just to see how it goes, and then I'll like say I start off with the hats. I'll start off with the hats, see how it goes, see how it works out, and if it's successful, then I'm gonna add in the shirt, or I'll add in the hoodie, and then so forth, and then I'll go with that. I just want to start off with like one piece of clothing first, and to see how it goes. I'll have a website set up and everything too, so you know which website to go to. Like it'll be like loopnorris.com or theloopphilosophy.com, whatever is easier to find me with. There's gonna be a part on the website where you can purchase like merch off of me. It'll have all of my socials set up. If you want to follow me through Instagram, through TikTok, through YouTube, it's gonna all be stacked up on the website that I'm building. My merch store will be set up on my website, and Patreon. So that's another thing that I'm gonna set up after I drop my album, The End of Fundaes. I'm gonna start a Patreon that's gonna consist of extra singles. So I'm gonna still put out singles on my Spotify and YouTube and all of that, just the way I always do it. But with Patreon, I'm gonna upload extra singles that you've never heard of. So these songs are gonna only be heard through Patreon. So if you want to hear these extra singles that I put out, they're just gonna be random songs that I'm gonna like mess around with. Sometimes I'll be a little bit serious, but like just extra random bonus tracks that I'm gonna randomly just make. I'm gonna upload them only on Patreon. So the only way you can listen to them is through Patreon. I'll still do like the singles through Spotify. So like the normal singles that I put out, you'll be able to hear them everywhere. But the extra special songs that I make, and I'm gonna probably try to do 2 of them every month, you can only hear them on Patreon. I'm gonna do extra elevator music episodes where I'm talking about not just album reviews and song reviews. I'll talk about like other things that are going on in the world, like aliens. I'll talk sports. I'll talk basketball, football, anything that's going on in the world that's like pretty interesting. I'll talk about it in one of those videos, and I'm gonna post them on Patreon, only on Patreon. But through YouTube, I'll still do like the album reviews, song reviews, but videos where I'm just talking about a bunch of random stuff, only on Patreon. You'll be able to get that. I'm gonna do vlog videos where I'm gonna go to like, maybe when I'm going to like open mics and I'm like talking to different rappers, other rappers maybe in my city, and other producers, and like we'll have conversations on the camera. Be sort of like a vlog type thing. That'll be included on Patreon. I wrote a little bit of them too, just in case I forgot. Early access to singles. The single that I'm about to release now, Go Tanks Choreography. Say I have the Patreon set up. As soon as I announce that I'm gonna post a song, I'm gonna post it earlier on my Patreon. It'll be like 5 days earlier. Reaction videos too. I'm gonna try to do reaction videos. That's like a maybe type thing. Well, I'm gonna try to improve that idea. Oh yeah, and beat making tutorials. That's another thing that I've been sort of doing. Like the one TikTok video. If you don't have me on TikTok, add me on TikTok. But I made a video where I was basically showing part for part how I make my beats, so I can do a better version of that using this camera that I'm using for this video here, so that it makes it a little bit easier to go through the process of making my beat. So that's another thing that's going to be a part of Patreon. It's going to be beat making tutorials. I'm going to show you exactly from the beginning to the end process of how I make my beats, but only through Patreon. That's what I'm saying. And it's just to support me, so it's a way for me to make money off of my music, so that I can continue to like make better music and make better videos for you guys. So it'll be $5 a month for the Patreon. So when you sign up, it's only $5 a month, and it's gonna include all of those things. You're gonna get all those things every month. I'll try to do 2 extra singles a month, maybe two like album reviews a month. So it's gonna be like that sort of thing, you know. $5 a month. When I launch the merch store, I'm not entirely sure how much I'm gonna charge for every like piece of clothing. I'll give you guys more information about that once I like do a little bit more research of like what I want to actually sell in terms of like products and all of that. So after my album, The End of Fundaes, set up for July 15th, after I drop that album, set up for July 14th, sorry, I'm gonna launch my Patreon and my merch. As for performances, I'm gonna set those open mics up for this coming week. This week coming up, I'm gonna try to do it on Sunday if I get the chance to. From Monday all the way down to Wednesday. Yeah, so the Monday through Wednesday, I'm gonna do open mics. The location that I end up choosing based off what's available between those 3 days, I'll give you guys the location and the date and time on when I'm gonna go up. I'll give you guys the full information of like where I go and all of that. So I'm gonna do a lot of open mics, especially all throughout the summer. If you don't get to see me Monday, I'm gonna try to go for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the next week and the next week, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try to do them as frequently as possible, and when I do them, I'm gonna let you guys know through the social media. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for this video. It's like a little bit of like a different type of video that you guys are used to seeing from me, but it was very, very, very important that I made this video to kind of like show you guys where I'm at, my plans for the future with like my whole company and like my music. Yeah, I feel like I went over every specific thing I wanted to go over in this one video. So like the video. I hope you've watched the whole thing, because like every point matters. I'm gonna try to go 100%, 100, 200%. I'm trying to go harder and harder on my music and on the business side, so that I keep this thing going, keep upgrading from where it was before, you know what I mean? Try to become a better person, you know what I mean? Just as a person, like try to become a better person, a better artist. And I'll try to be as transparent as I possibly can with you guys, with where I'm at and like where I'm at with my music, and like how I want to like set up performances. And the Patreon and the merch is going to be how I make my money besides the performances. So if you can really, if you do support me with that stuff once I get it going, I really do appreciate it. It's gonna allow me to go harder with my music and like just everything I'm setting up. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for this video. I'm Norris once again. If you haven't already, add me on all the other socials. I'll have everything in the description window. Yeah, stay tuned for the next track I got going, Go Tanks choreography. I got that coming June 18th. Not this Sunday, but the next Sunday coming on next week. That's all I gotta say. I'm out of here. Norris.